Hello, everyone. I wanted to take a minute to talk about the submissions, the assignment submissions and project submissions in this 300 level stats course. Again, it is a statistics course, so the focus is on statistics, not on the R programming, and certainly not on the writing. But both the R programming language and the writing are a part of the course. They're not the main focus. But when you communicate 300 level statistics, you want to do that correctly. Write symbols, correct notation, that type of thing. A lot of research presents values in tabular format, so these types of things can help. And I've noticed over the years here at SNHU, there are students who come into the class that don't have the best background in Word, so I wanted to show you a few things. The first thing would be if you wanted to do any subscripting or superscripting, you can do that right off the home screen here in Word. So you could say X, and if you wanted to make that X sub 1, let's say, just hit the subscript button, X sub 1, and then you can get back to the main line, plus, and if you have X sub 2 that you want to write there, obviously Word capitalized here, X sub 2, you can leave some spaces in there for clarity, that type of thing, right? No issue there. You could also need to square and cube individual terms in our course. So you may want to say something like X squared, right? And maybe even that's followed up by a minus 2x and then again superscript cubed. So those are some basic operations in Word. Some other things that Word will do for us is it'll allow us to insert most symbols, Greek symbols, Greek letters, these types of things, which are important in stats because the Greek letters represent population parameters, English letters, sample statistics, so it's appropriate and necessary to communicate correctly. We can do that under insert and symbol. So for example, you can find plenty more symbols, but here's beta, very popular in statistics. Here's alpha, very popular in statistics. Mu for the mean, these types of things. So these are all available to you here, but there would be a beta, and you could go back to home and you could subscript that if you needed to, like a beta sub 1 type entry. And these kind of things can be very helpful with communicating. The other part that is nice is insert and equation. So if we need something to have a format like has a fraction or an exponentiation, these types of things, you can get from this drop-down menu all different types of templates. So I could put a fraction here and take E maybe and raise it to a power where you got the base E, which is popular in stats, raise it to x plus 1 and put that over a 2x, let's say. So you could do that type of thing. And then once you have that done, a copy and a paste, and you can adjust those pretty quickly. The other thing that's kind of important in stats is to be able to really manage your time and make the output communicative to a reader. And that can be done a lot of times with tables. So when you do the evaluating model significance part in this course, on almost every assignment and project, you'll have multiple terms to look at. And rather than writing this long narrative about those, you can summarize it in a table and then make some inference in a sentence or two afterwards. So I could just go to insert, table. Most tables that I would recommend to you are just tables that are 5 columns in length. And here you would do something like the variable of interest and then the hypotheses, and then do the test statistic, do the p-value, and do the statistical conclusion, reject or fail to reject. And then you can just list the terms under here and the values you get, and that's in line with what you would see in research. All right, so the assignments and projects are narrative in format. You keep the heading that you see in each section provided by SNHU, but you get rid of all of the prompts by SNHU. So it's written as an actual report like you would do to get some skill level in this in communicating the statistical output. Most of these should be between like 5 and 8 pages by the time they're done because they include a decent amount of graphical output. Okay, if there's anything else, certainly reach out to me, but that should help you with some of the technology to kind of streamline your assignments and projects. Take care.